and welcome to Talking About Football. I'm your host Mario, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new segment to the channel on our way to the World Cup, where I'm going to be going ahead and analyzing the paths and preparations each team took in order to qualify for the World Cup. Today we're starting off with the three host cities that, although they didn't have to play a qualifier, they did have to prepare for the World Cup, playing a Copa America, Copa Oro, the Nations League. We're going to see how they did, what were their ups and downs, and what we can expect from them in such an important event like the World Cup. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Why don't we go ahead and start with the US men's national team. The US men's national team has one clear goal: prove that this golden generation is ready to compete against the world's best. With players such as Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, Gio Reyna, and Tyler Adams, of course there's talent. The question is the consistency. If this team wants to continue and make a good run for the 2026 World Cup, they need more of that killer instinct, they need more tactical flexibility, and overall they need leadership for these high pressure games that they're going to be facing. I want to know your honest opinion on where the US men's national team is going to end up in the World Cup. Now let's switch it over and talk a little bit about the Mexican national team, a team that has dominated CONCACAF in the recent years, but is facing that aging of players that's phasing out, new players that are coming in with issues with identity, trying to make their mark on their team, and coaching instability. But there still are some bright spots. Players like Santiago Jimenez, Edson Alvarez, and Irving Lozano give this team technical quality, but the big question is mentality. Can they go back to being that dominant force in the CONCACAF? Because Mexico, as of right now, is the only team between these three hosts that has any recent titles in recent time. Now, can Mexico go back to being that dominant force in the CONCACAF? Which, although in my opinion, they are facing a lot of criticism, but they're the only team out of these three hosts, which are the big three in the CONCACAF, to have any recent titles, winning Copa Oro and winning the CONCACAF Nations League. Yes, in Copa America, facing off against the South American teams, they did struggle and didn't even make it past the group stages, but they were able to dominate their confederation. And now for possibly the most interesting story out of these three teams, the Canadian national team, which for years was just an afterthought in the CONCACAF Confederation, but now they're very consistent and they are gaining that traction back. With stars like Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David, Canada plays fearless football. They're fast in transition, direct, explosive on wings. But their biggest challenge is having players with depth and experience. They don't have many players that play big time games or that have played big time games, so they depend on Alphonso Davies or Jonathan David or that coaching experience. Overall, this team has been able to go up and do important things, just like in the last Copa America, where out of the three hosts, they were, first off, the only one to make it out of the group stage, and second off, they made it to the semifinals. Yes, they lost to Argentina, but they put up a good match. Then they went on and played against Uruguay, where they also put on a good match. Unfortunately lost, but in recent time, in my opinion, Canada is the strongest one out of the three of them. I just want to quickly wrap this up by giving a few keynotes on each one of the teams. Starting off with the US, which they have a lot of talent, but they're lacking with consistency. Mexico, on the other hand, is winning tournaments, but they have an identity crisis. And Canada has a lot of speed. They're very good with pressuring off the ball, but they need that leadership help. They're struggling with these big games. There are three hosts, three different stories, but it's one World Cup, and each one is trying to battle to see who can win. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want you guys to go ahead in the comments. I want you to tell me who you think is going to end up on top of the other one. Who do you think is going to push forward? Who do you think might get to the semifinals? Who do you think that they might win out of these three teams, USA, Canada, or Mexico? In my opinion, I really do believe that Canada is going to be the best one out of these three. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video.